Okay. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Keating. I'm the director of the Office of Student Research, and we're here today to talk about a really exciting opportunity here at Cal State University. It's the Smoke and Tobacco Outreach and Prevention Scholars Program, the STOPS program. Many of you might have seen this advertised in email or via social media. And this is a grant-funded program designed to help develop a pipeline of students who are interested in research in tobacco. And it's a partnership between CSUSB and the Charles R. Drew University School of Medicine, as well as the USC Keck School of Medicine. And what we do is we link students here at CSUSB with researchers at other institutions who are doing research in smoking and vaping and their impact on a host of social and environmental and physical issues. The STOPS program provides mentorship and training for undergraduate and postgraduate students in tobacco priority populations to help conduct research into tobacco-related avenues. So I'm here today with our three STOPS fellows here at CSUSB, Emmanuel, Gisselle, and Parker. And I just am going to have them talk a little bit about themselves and their experiences as STOPS fellows here at CSUSB. So I'm going to ask each of you to introduce yourselves, what your major is, and tell us a little bit about why you were interested in the STOPS program. We'll start with Emmanuel.
So, hi everyone, and thank you so much, Sir Ryan, for giving the opportunity to present ourselves and talk about our experiences. So, as you all have read it, my name is Emmanuel, and I am a biochemistry major at CSUSD. I basically transferred from community college, San Bernardino Valley College, and last year I basically transferred from San Bernardino Valley College, and I was looking for several opportunities, research opportunities, because I've been trying to find out research opportunities at my community college, but I was not able to find any. So when I came here, I just started looking for and asking and started reaching out to professors that, hey, please, can I work in your lab? Anything, give me anything. I'm so curious to work in the labs. But then I received an email talking about STOPS Scholar Program. And then I read about the program. And the thing about the program was uh, it has the elements of advocacy. At the same time, it had the elements of research work. So I was getting the taste of both things. Like I was getting a chance to serve the community as well, go into the people and talk to them and tell them like the disadvantages of smoking and using tobacco products. At the same time, I was getting the knowledge about how this chain of tobacco products work, and plus I was getting a chance to be in the research lab. My faculty mentor is in fact Professor Cynthia Crawford. And our research project is that we work on rats and see the effect of methamphetamine, that what effect does it causes on nicotine reward system.
Very cool. All right. Well, that's great. I'm happy that you took that first step when you sent an email, right? There's a lot of emails that go out, and it's that's something for students to think about, right? Taking those opportunities when they see them come across. So Gisselle, I'll bounce it over to you.
Hi, my name is Gisselle, and I've been with CSUSB since 2018, so I've been here for a while now. Um, but I'm expected to graduate later this fall. My major is in biopsych, and I also picked up a minor in counseling and social justice, so that's something that I'm pursuing. The reason that I chose STOPS because it just felt like the right thing to do as I was approaching like my senior year. I was like, I need to get my hands on something. I've always been curious to get my hands into research, but same thing with Emmanuel is that like I always felt like it was very hard to get into, not a lot of opportunities that were available at the time at CSUSB. Um, so yeah, it just felt like the right thing to do, even if it meant extending my graduation, which is something that I had to do. But it felt so worth it because I wanted to get that professional kind of like opportunity in before I left my university experience. Specifically with me, to piggyback off of Emmanuel, is I work with USC. I'm a research intern for them. I
Awesome.
specifically work under the USC HEAL, so Health, Emotions, and Addictions Laboratory. And I'm more so interested in the mental health aspect. So with that lab, I'm pretty much helping kind of like organize the data out for them, but also actually collecting the data out into schools. So we're looking at the longitudinal trends between substance use and high schoolers
Okay.
and like their communities. So yeah, that's something that I've been working on for the past year since January, and it's been an amazing experience. So glad that I took that initiative into, committing to this 1 year opportunity with them. And yeah, so funny thing, story about Stops too, is that the day that I actually heard about Stops was the day that I actually came out of office hours with one of my clinical psych professors. And I was talking to her, I was like, I need to get my hands in research. Like, I want to do what you're doing because I wanted to pursue clinical psych as a
Oh,
PhD. And then she's like, yeah, totally do research. And then I got the email with Stops and I was like, yeah, this is like fate. So that's
that's
something that I
awesome.
did. So, yeah, something like a short story. So
Yeah, no, this is great. And not to use this as a plug for getting involved in research, but I meet a lot of students that this is the same thing, that they're like, how do I get involved? What
mhm,
steps can I take? And it shouldn't be a scary thing, and it shouldn't be something that's out of too far outside of the reach for students, right? There's a lot of opportunities on campus, and one of the things that we're working on at OSR is really demystifying that process, right? How can we get folks involved? How can we get them access to opportunities that open doors for them, and really get them engaged, and where they want to go, and these types of opportunities, right? Even putting yourself out there, right, can be scary, right? Applying to a program when you might not have done research, or you might not be sure what it entails, can be anxiety provoking, right? But it does open doors, and I think that this is a really important thing to think about, right? Apart from just the general awesomeness of the program and the opportunities that it offers, but sort of taking that first step, right? Dipping your toe into research. Parker, last but not least.
Hi, my name is Parker Morrow. I'm a fourth year economics major here on campus, so graduating in the spring. Sad to see Cal State go, but it's been a lovely time here. I am a research associate at the USC Keck School of Medicine. I have bounced around quite a bit between different programs in the Keck School of Medicine, but I have for the last 6 months been with Dr. Alyssa Harlow with the advanced study here at CSUSB. And our cohort, I wouldn't say I'm the odd one out, but I am an economics major. A lot of people are in our cohort are either biochemistry or psychology. So I deal with more analytical work. For the past 3 months, I've done a big database project of filtering and sorting addresses for the study itself, so we have sufficient evidence. The STOPS program has been one of the best years of my life. It's completely transformed. I joined the program. Well, when I joined the program, I was kind of lost. I didn't know what I wanted to do as an economics major, but when I joined, I realized, okay, I had an interest in healthcare work. I was always, my family is really deeply rooted in healthcare. And when I joined, I went, this is what I want to do, because it relies on my experience with doing data and writing code, but then also relating it to the economics of healthcare and how we could use tools to help prevent youth tobacco issues. The program itself it has opened my eyes to a lot of ways that people see issues related to tobacco. I have met many different substrates of people who study either cancer or I've met actually a kid who was really related to my work itself, and we bonded, and I actually still talk to him to this day. We met in June and we still talk. But the program has just really opened my eyes, and it's a great way to see the different ways that you can use your major or what you learn to provide to the tobacco industry.
Yeah, and this is a great point. And one of the things that I just want to draw viewers' attention to is the interdisciplinary nature of this program, right? At first glance, it might look like something that's really limited to students that are in the hard sciences, right? But this is a program that's really open to students who are, from any major who are interested in tobacco research. And the interdisciplinary approach here, the mixed methods approaches that we see as part of this program means that you can be an economics major, right? And there's a place for you in this program because it's combining a bunch of different data and a bunch of different opportunities. And so, I would say in terms of for students that are interested in pursuing this and other programs, it's not always limited by major, right? And there's these opportunities are something that you should explore, right? And can be really rewarding and really can open your eyes too, perhaps, to the different careers that are out there, right? In these spaces. So let me ask you this: what's been the coolest thing about the participation in this program? If you can name one thing or maybe big picture, and I'll let anybody who wants to start go ahead.
So there have been multiple amazing things about the program. So the number one thing which I would choose is that I got a chance to work in the lab with the rats, because I never knew, because I had an idea that, oh, there are experiments being done on rats, but I didn't know how those experiments were performed. This was the first thing. Secondly, please don't judge me, but I think stipend was another great thing about this program. Uh, because as a student, you need those opportunities, especially the stipend stuff, uh, to bear your expenses.
Nobody's going to judge you. I mean, this is the thing, right? Research is not something that should be a financial drain, right? And programs like this that provide a pretty significant stipend and other support, I mean, that's a great motivation, right? And nobody's judging you. That's a good thing to point out.
And because I commute from Beaumont to San Bernardino, it's like a drive without traffic. It's, I think, an hour drive, and with traffic, it takes me like 1 hour 30 minutes.
Oh.
And the fuel is really expensive. So I think the program has really helped me in that as well, plus the tuition as well. So thank you so much, Stops program. Thank you so much.
I want to piggyback off of that too. So, Emmanuel, so I'm gonna agree with you. The stipends is an awesome part of the program, because before this I was working at Starbucks, so I was able to leave my job and actually get in the field and live comfortably as a college student, because what other opportunity is going to be out there that's going to pay you while doing your research, right? And not only that, but I was someone who also had to pay dues for the semester. So the fact that that was taken care of, it took like a huge weight off of my shoulders, because not only was it that, but I was also able to pick up a minor, which is in counseling and social justice, and that's something that I want to pursue also. But it's like a big thing, right? Like as a college student, like you're over here trying to like figure out ways to make this work while still pursuing like professionalism. It definitely helped me out in that aspect. I'm very appreciative on that. In terms of working with my research lab, I'm really grateful for the opportunity to be so trusted and to actually listening into like some of the group transcripts that we have. So I was able to listen in on some of the students and what they have to say about their community, how they felt about drugs and substances. So I felt, even though I wasn't there with them in the room during these recordings, I still felt like I had like the opportunity to provide change somehow, because I was listening in on their problems, right? And that's something that I want to do. Like I want to be a therapist. So even though I'm not like, really so much into like the tobacco and nicotine type thing, I'm still looking at how this affects their daily lives as a teenager. And that's the kind of group that I want to work with. So
Right.
That was me.
Yeah, and just for people that might be curious, the STOPS program not only supports fellows with tuition, but also with a stipend, right? So that's a great benefit for that. And when you're really engaged in work that's related to your areas of interest and where you see yourself in the future, these types of opportunities can be really rewarding. I can tell by the looks. I mean, people are watching, right? You can tell the looks on each of your faces, right? That this is, genuinely been a really tremendous experience. Parker, pass it off to you.
I mean, to piggyback on it, the stipend is really nice. It has taken a lot of stress off my shoulders. I come from a lower class, middle class family, so I don't have a lot of help coming in. But to have the stipend to like financially support me on what I'm doing and to support my research has been the best help I've ever had. In terms of academia and research, I I was so shocked that when I joined my cohorts, my past 3 cohorts, how much trust they put into me. They I'm not going to say it, but there was a lot of confidential data that was ran through me, and I'm surprised that they took in somebody from an outside source and said, you can have this, work on it, don't share with anybody, please, but you are the owner of this. And I went, like, it's hard for undergrads, and especially for lower skilled workers and obviously lower skilled undergraduate students, to get that trust. But to join the program and to join a research cohort and to have trust that, hey, all the work that we do is going to go through you. You are the major fact check. You are the main pillar of our study is a huge thing for all undergraduate students in research.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, this sort of hands-on experience, right, I talk about this a lot as director of Office of Student Research, right? But I think that when you actually get engaged in it, right, and see the level of work that goes on behind the scenes, and especially, right, as something that you're able to not only work with, and each of you are working in different components of this bigger project, right, but you're also utilizing skills that you've developed over time, and developing methodological skills that can take you on to the next step, whatever that might be. So why, just to conclude here, why would you recommend this program to students here at Cal State?
So I would recommend this program to students because it gives them an opportunity to be flexible and at the same time work directly with the professors and get hands-on experience on the field of their interest, like because in STOP's scholar program, it's not only about psychology, it's about different aspects, as you've already mentioned, that it is interdisciplinary. So you'll get like different faculty mentors from whom you have to choose. And as Giselle is working with a lab in USC, so and like Parker is working with another lab in CSUSB. So sorry, Giselle is working at USC and Parker is working at CSUSB, and I'm working with Dr. Crawford, which is totally a different aspect of working with animals. So I think this scholars program gives you an opportunity to discover yourself and at the same time get the experience in the field you want to.
Okay, so I think also definitely I agree with what Emmanuel says. But I also see this as a program, for me at least, is if like let me start over. So the way that I would go about it is that, like, if you're thinking about taking this step, I would advise, no, how do I start this? Like I don't know. I don't know. I just went blank. Okay. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
Why would you no, that's okay.
Okay.
Why would you
Okay.
tell students
I got put on the spot.
No, that's all right.
Okay, so if you're looking to like and really invest in your future and you're thinking about going to a master's program after this, or like a PhD program after this, sorry, I'm in the parking lot. But definitely if you're thinking about going to a master's or a PhD program after this, it's a great way to network and work in the professional field. For me, I've gotten people who have come up to me and say like, "Oh, like when are you going to your master's program? Let me know so I can write you a letter of rec." That to me is amazing, right? Because I feel like that is like one of the top things that you probably stress about when you're trying to get into your master's is letters of rec and your experience. So I feel like I have a lot to write about at the end of this year, in terms of the program and everything. So
That's great. That's
mhm.
great.
To build off Gisselle, I mean, my work at USC is almost bridged a gap that I had like not connected as an undergrad, as a student. I feel like we learn in our classes and take our ideas in, but to actually have that connection to put our work to use of what we learn and how we use our tools is the overall package. And that's what stops lets you do, is it lets you take what you have learned and what you have taken in as a student to then new avenues, either at USC or CDU or even here at Cal State. And I find that to be like the best way to do your undergrad and to do student research.
Well, I just wanted to take, a second to thank all three of you for representing CSUSB in such amazing ways as part of this grant, and for taking the time to come out here and talk to your fellow Coyotes about this program and about its benefits. It's so great to hear that you all have had such a positive experience. And I'm really excited to see how you're going to use this to really transform your future. For students that are interested in applying to the STOPS grant, please don't hesitate to contact the Office of Student Research. We can support you in the application process. The deadline for applications is November 10th, so that's coming up in just about 3 weeks. And if you'd like to know anything else, check out our website, OSR's website at csusb.edu, or feel free to email me, rkeating@csusb.edu. Emmanuel, Gisselle, and Parker, thank you so much for being here. And we will talk to you soon.